Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, then welcome all. This is a shifting video. You might hear some noises in the background. You may even hear some stuff from outside because it's been really noisy lately in the neighborhood since summertime has come around. Also, I'm kind of hot in this. I was going to wear my dress, but I'm like, it's too hot to wear all that stuff under it. So I'm just like, I'm just going to take it easy today and just let you guys know what's been happening in my hero. First, I'm going to talk about the insanity that happened there. But how are you guys doing? I haven't talked to you guys in like 2 weeks. I missed you guys. So I'm going to break it down like this. Also, I also happen to be calling you guys while I'm waiting on something as usual. You just got a text. I hate having to stop my video. Also, if you guys notice, I'm also texting back again. Okay. There's no problem. The message they just sent, it's like, okay. So anyway, yes, I'm going to be answering messages probably throughout. So I'm waiting on something to arrive, which means I may have to pause my video, but I did want to tell you guys, my life has been really busy. I haven't really been shifting as much. I've just been so tired. My shift there really has just been to see Frodo. I kind of like been, I guess it's kind of wrong. I've sort of been ignoring Toshinori and Keigo. Like, they've been trying to make advances toward me, and I kind of just shied away from them because I feel like the incident that happened with the school, the kids and everything, I was still down about that, and just everything. Like, I didn't know how to take it. So I was like, I'm going to take a long break from them. So it's been a little over 2 weeks, but I did shift there recently, and I shifted there twice. The first time I did see Keigo in passing. I just spoke to him and kept moving because it was to see Frodo. And the second time, it was really just to go to school and teach there and everything. And the thing is, like, when you teach a classroom full of kids know when something's not right. They know, they can tell that they could tell that I was not happy, and I've been dealing with some things. So I guess they realized it. So when I went back there again, I didn't even adjust myself well for the camera, guys. Oh my gosh. I hope this looks okay. It looked really bad the last time, so I tried to record on my phone. It didn't work out. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with lately. So anyway, let's talk about the craziness first off. This is a cringy video. When I say cringy, this video is very, I want to say graphic, if I want to call it that. There's a lot that happened. I have a lot to explain. In a way, I still feel like I have some explaining to do. It's just, but I can't tell you guys what happened. I don't want to give away too much, and I hope I didn't give away anything. And I'm always worried about me giving away too much in the thumbnail, if it was a spoiler or not. So just bear with me here, okay? So I went back to my hero, and I decided to get past Toshinori. I went right past his house. I didn't bother to drop in to see Keigo. I was just like, I'm all about work. So I did work. I'm getting everything ready for class, and Mineta walks up, and he's like, can I go to the bathroom? And I was like, sure, you can go to the bathroom, no problem. So he leaves, and so right now, like, for some reason, half of my class was missing, but I can't say that it's completely unusual because it's happened before, and the kids usually pop up later. So and then out of nowhere, Koda popped up, and he's like, so Mineta says he has something for you, but you have to go into the cafeteria. And I'm like, oh, okay. And the thing is, like, it's not really daytime. It's kind of evening, so like the sun is sort of going down. We basically got through all of our our assignments, all of our stuff. Because when I came in, half the kids were there. They still didn't return, but I said, they'll probably pop up, whatever, later. Because my class is usually like 3 to 4 hours long because of the training. Because I'm getting them ready. I'm teaching them new stuff. Sometimes they're showing me things with their course that I don't know. That's not actually in my hero. So, and the kids sometimes can be very different from there. Like, for some reason, Mineta is, I can't say that he's not completely a pervert, but it's not really, he doesn't have that same drive. I don't know. It's like someone took the craving out of him for, like, trying to mess with girls, and now is trying to become stronger than the girls. So in a way, it's kind of like, yeah, I want to be stronger than the girls. And it's not like, he's not really showing his attention to them. Like, I don't remember her name. I think her name is Mina. The one that shoots, the one who with the acid. She was like removing her shirt because she was hot, and Mineta was like standing next to her, but he didn't do nothing. He didn't look and go, ah, or like his eyes usually get real big, and he usually turns like pervert into pervert mode. But he was just sitting there, like he didn't even care that she was changing next to him. And then he got up and walked away and went over to Bakugo and started talking to him. And I'm just like, okay, so maybe his parents had that talk with him, or maybe maybe when I shot him that time, that probably changed his whole perspective and everything. So anyway, oh, we just went completely away from everything I was talking about. So let's go back to it. So we still have like 2 hours left of class. We got done with all of our assignment stuff, all of our writing. And so I'm like, okay, so what could he possibly want? So he's like, you need to come to the cafeteria. So I start walking toward the cafeteria, but then I'm like, I kind of remember being traumatized from there. Like, I still haven't gotten over my Resident Evil trauma from when, Infected Keigo tried to, force me into making Frodo. So I was still like, I guess you want to say like shaken from it. I was still kind of like, I don't know what the word is. I just felt like I did not feel safe, okay? I started walking down the hallway, and as I started walking, it got darker and darker. And I purposely took Bakugo and Jiro with me. So they were on like my left side, and I had nobody on my right or anything. And I was kind of just walking with him. And so Bakugo was just looking at me like why did you need, his facial expression said it all, like, why do you need me to walk with you? And Jiro was just kind of in her own world, like, okay, I'm walking, kind of like that. So she was just chill, walking alongside him. And as we got even closer, it seemed to get darker. And so, like, the way the hallway is designed, there's light coming in through the window, but it's getting dimmer. So once it started to get dimmer, the lights started to come on in the hallway a little bit, but they were very dim. So they're like really dark orange lights. And they give out like this much light, okay? So it was just dark, so I could literally see our shadows. So then I looked over to the left just to get some kind of comfort, like there's someone with me and I'm not alone. And I noticed those kids had somehow, Jiro and Bakugo had both disappeared. And I could smell like a sweet aroma coming from like ahead of me. So I started backing up. I'm just like, okay, nope, I'm not doing this. I love kids, but they can be so creepy sometimes, I swear. So I turned around and I'm like getting ready to walk away. I'm just like, no, I'm just not going to go. Whatever he has or whatever he's trying to do, he's just going to come see me. And I turned around and I bumped right into Madara. So I'm like, why are you here? And he goes, shall we? And he just hooks his arm in mine and we start walking. So walking with him, I just felt better. I felt safe. Okay, I felt protected because, I don't know, I knew nothing would happen to me because obviously Infected Keigo is no longer at the school, but at the same time, it's like I still had that feeling from being there. It's still the trauma of being there and dealing with what I had to deal with. So walking with Madara, he just made me feel safe, like I got you, kind of like that. So we get closer to the cafeteria and it's just dark. I'm just like, what the heck is this? And then the lights come on and I hear, surprise, Miss Cotton Candy Doll. And I'm just like, what? And I'm just like, what? Guys, I was so shocked and so surprised. I'm just like, what the heck? So then, when Ed runs up to me, he's like, come on, Miss Cotton Candy Doll. He grabs my hand and he's like pulling me, like, come on. So I go over to the counter and Koda is behind the counter. And he has his strawberry cakes. Everyone's kind of standing around it. Jiro and Bakugo are sitting there and they're like laughing. Because I guess they were laughing at me because they like ran off. So basically the whole class was there. I guess half the class was in the cafeteria getting it set up to surprise me. And the other half was silently sneaking past me in the dark probably. Because I did hear like footsteps and everything. But I thought it was in my head. Because because of what I went through. They don't know what I went through. The kids don't know anything. I hope this didn't pop up on my screen. I hope you guys can't see it. Wait, I don't know. You guys probably can't see it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I was just shocked and surprised. And so, like, Madara pulled my chair out for me. He's like, have a seat, Miss Cotton Candy Doll. Like, mocking the kids and laughing. So then he sat next to me. I'm sitting there. And I'm like, how did you know they were doing this? And then Midoriya is like, we wanted to surprise you because we knew that Toshinori couldn't make it. And then Madara's like, you heard that? Your men couldn't make it. None of them. And the kids were just like, huh? Because they don't understand. So then I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay. So Madara cuts the cake. Kokoyami comes over. He gives me a fork. He's like, taste it. So I take a bite out of it and I'm like, it's good. So then I get ready to take another bite and Madara takes my fork from me. He's doing like this. So we're playing with each other. He's doing like this, trying to like, he's like this, like he's going to give it to me. And then he eats it. And I'm just like, and he's smiling. I'm like, that's an indirect kiss. Like, you literally, I had my mouth on that and you're going to put it in your mouth now. And I'm going to put it back in my mouth because so then I'm just like, so then he picks up the cake and he does this. He just like shoves it in his mouth and starts eating it. And it's all over his face. And I'm like, what are you doing? So then he does like this to the cake and like puts the cake on my face. So me and him are kind of just playing around. And lo and behold, I guess, no, never mind, nothing. So anyway, I'll tell you guys, oh my God, I'll tell you guys what happened anyway. So we're playing around with the cake, and then next thing you know, it ends up turning into like a little fight, kind of like a cake fight. So we all start picking up the cake and throwing it at each other. Some of the kids are eating theirs, but we're throwing it, and some of it's hitting them in the face. And like, so Kodo was just like, my masterpiece is ruined, and I'm like, it's okay. And they were like, do you think she liked it? And they were like, yeah. So they were kind of like talking amongst themselves. Like, I heard them behind me saying like, do you think she likes it? And I heard them saying like, yeah, she liked the cake and everything. And then I saw Momo. She was like sitting by herself in the corner. So I came back there and she's like, I came at the last minute because I didn't know they were planning and I was trying to get myself ready. And I'm like, ready for what? And she's like, just ready for training, ready for, just ready for anything. I'm like, okay. I really don't care. I mean, and I'm not being a jerk. It's just, I didn't tell her that. I was just like, okay. I'm like, well, it's fine. But it's like, they planned this for me and it's like, I didn't even know what was going on either, so don't feel bad. Like, I'm just surprised she didn't know about it because you're in the class with them. Like, did they exclude you from what they were doing? Anyway, so we're in there, we're having a good time and everything, and when it was over, they started cleaning up. I wanted to help them clean, but they were like, no, Miss Cotton Candy, I'll go home, we'll stay and clean up everything. And Madara is like, I will stay behind and help them. And I'm like, that's nice of you. And then I stared at the hallway. And they were like, go on, Miss Cotton Candy, go home. I'm like, okay. So I started walking down to where the hallway was. And Madara was just staring at me. He shook his head. He was like, do you want to help us clean? I was like, yeah, I hope you guys clean. Because honestly, I was scared. He knew it. So I stayed behind. We cleaned up. I didn't leave there until like nighttime, okay? It was late. So all the kids ran ahead of me. They all left or whatever. I said thank you to each of them. As we were leaving out, I walked with Madara out because I felt safer leaving down the hallway again. And on the way out, we ran into Keigo. So Keigo is like, you guys were having a lot of fun. I was like, yeah, we were. It's too bad you couldn't make it. He said, I could have made it. I just didn't want to ruin, your thunder. He looked at Madara and said, your thunder. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, I was like, he's like, I'll take it from here. So then I was like, okay. So like he kind of like pulled me away from Madara because our arms were locked and we went. Our arms being locked is just a friendly gesture, but it's really like he was just escorting me down the hallway, okay, trying to keep me safe. So Keigo was just like, he did like this. So I grabbed I tried to get his arm and he just took my hand and pulled me. So I'm walking with him and he's just like, I'm like, I was like, did you come there to like pick me up or something? I said, it's not really my day to see you, you know that, right? Because I was going to come see you tomorrow. He didn't say anything, still nothing. So we're leaving out, we're going over to Toshinori's house, and I'm like, I'm not really supposed to see Toshinori today. Today was supposed to be my day with you. And, I figured we could probably do something if you want, or I can come back later. Because I was like, I'm not going to lie, I was dead tired, okay? I was ready to like, oh my God, shift out. And then be knocked out when I got back here and be a zombie the whole day until I got some real sleep, okay? Because when you shift, one symptom of shifting all the time is that you're not really going to get a lot of sleep. You're going to be tired most of the time. 90% of the time. So I was just ready to just go back and just pass out. And the reason I could tell I was getting tired is because stuff was starting to leak into, if I don't know if I want to use leak is the right word, but stuff that doesn't actually belong in that reality will start to come in. Because really, it's you're starting to pull yourself into, now you're starting to get pulled into like a kind of dreamland, okay? So, Keigo takes me over to Toshinori's house. We're still walking hand in hand. I knock on the door, and Toshinori opens it. He's like, "Welcome, Miss Cotton Candy-da." And I'm like, he goes, "Come have a seat. I have something for you." He's like, "I just heard about how great of a time you and Madara were having at the school." And I glance at Keigo. I'm like, "Mother, you did not." And he smirks. He's like, "Of course I told him about of course I told him about how much fun you were having with him, because you just can't spend any time with us. You have to spend time with him." And I know it's bad that I didn't want to like really communicate or talk with him, but I just didn't want to come there every single day and do it. I just was not in the mood. So he's like, "Have a seat." So I sat down and I'm just like, "You know what?" I'm just tired. I just want to. And he goes, "It won't take long. Just let me say something." And I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "We're in a relationship with each other. You should feel like you can come talk to me about anything. I don't care if you're miserable. Be miserable with me. I want to be miserable with you." And I'm like, part of that is me I kind of wanted my space. And he goes, "When you have someone like me, you don't get to have space. Like, I'm going to be up in your space, all up in your space. Me." And he was just like, and it wasn't like, he wasn't just saying this, like, he was just like, kind of like, he's like, "I'm going to be up in your space, me." And he did like that, like, kind of like, and I want to say that's when the hazing started, So I was sitting down, both of them sat on both sides of me, and they were like, "We're going to eat this cupcake that I made." And I was like, "You made one cupcake?" He said, "I made several cupcakes." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, "So are we going to share them?" Or I was like, "I just had a cake. I don't really want, cupcakes." He goes, "Just take one bite." I go, "What is this? Are you trying to like poison me with the cupcake? You think I'm dumb enough to just bite out of it for no reason?" So then Keiko picked one up. He just swallowed one whole. And I looked at him and he just smirked at me. "Look, I ate mine. There's nothing wrong with the cupcakes." I was like, "Which one were you going to give to me?" I asked Toshinori. He's like, "This one. That's the one that I made for you. Made it specially just for you." I said, "Eat it." He picked it up. He ate it. So I was like, I still don't trust it. So Keiko picked up the last cupcake and just completely devoured it. And I was like, "Now I don't even have cupcakes to eat at all. Like, you ate them from me completely." And they were like, "That was some good cupcakes." Well, that's where you didn't really want to trust us. You was having so much fun with Madara. You were just laughing with him, and I just liked seeing you that happy. I just thought, what have I done to make you not smile like that? And I'm just like, I will smile like that with you all the time. You'll understand. It wasn't that I was upset or anything or mad at you. I just wanted to. I have a friend like him that's like a brotherly, sisterly relationship, to where I can literally be all over him, but not be. It doesn't have to be anything intimate, okay? It doesn't. Well, not intimate. It is intimate, but not like sexual, okay? I can literally sleep next to him and nothing will happen. I can lay on his shoulder. He can lay on mine. Like, we have a really good, close friendship where it's kind of just like, he's got my back, okay? Like that. And he's not my lover. So me trying to explain it to them is like trying to tell a kid that why you didn't share your toy with them because it's shareable to everyone or something, So he's just like, I still don't like it. I never said that I would accept it though. I refuse to accept it always. And Keiko's like, "I'm never ever gonna accept that from you ever, because you're just so close to him. Every time you just get so close, and I think he likes being close to you." And I'm just like, who doesn't want to be close to a friend? Like, everybody has that friend. Some of us don't know. You know what? Some of you guys probably don't know what it feels like to have a friend that's really close to you like that, to where you can be close to them. And that way, I just moved the camera. Sorry, guys. And some of us do have a friend that's like that, whether they're in that reality or this one, So yeah, I just took those. I can't deal with that anymore. My hair keeps getting in my face. I'm so sick of this. I should have just wore my I wanted to wear my dress, but there's a chance I might have to run downstairs. That's why I didn't do that, because they'll be like, who the heck is this weirdo coming here dressed as a maid? You know, they have to say cotton candy doll. So anyway, I was just like, y'all ate all the cupcakes for me. They was like, we got more in here. They were like, are you gonna try one, or do we need to eat them all from you again? And I was like, no. So I took a bite out of one. It was delicious. I mean, it tasted so good. And as soon as I bit out of it, I was just like, what the heck happened? Because I just became really like, I just became really irate. Like, I was just like attacking. I was like attacking Kago. Like, I was all over him. And he was just like, he wouldn't move. He wouldn't do anything. He's just like, he sat there and just kind of let me. And Toshinori was just watching. And I'm just like, I don't know. I couldn't control what I was doing. It just felt really good. So I was thinking, like, what the heck kind of cupcakes are these? You know, what kind of cupcakes are these? Like, they just ate two. And so I didn't really, I didn't get to like do everything I wanted to Kago, because I was trying to, but then he took my hands, he pulled my hands down. He's like, no. And he's like, he goes, no. He's like, this is not my, this isn't my time to spend with you. And Toshinori was like, it's okay, we can share time. And I was just like, I don't want to share time. I'm like, I wasn't supposed to come to Toshinori. I was trying to be fair, okay? Just like, I wasn't supposed to be in your house. If anything, if I left with the guy, it was supposed to be you today, because I tried to do that. But no, he was like, I'll share her today with you. And I was like, I don't know about sharing. And so like, I got up from the table. I'm just like, okay. And they both got up and came toward me. And I'm like, oh no. So I ran to the bedroom. And I was trying to push the door closed, like hold it closed. And nobody like tried to like push me out of the way, or like, nobody was pressed up against the door. It was just me holding the door for no reason. And then I opened it and nobody was there. And then I looked back and they were like climbing in a window. And I'm like, oh, I forgot he has a freaking window. So they were in the room with me. And Toshinori was just like, lay down. I was like, Toshinori, I don't. He's like, lay down. And I was just like, okay. So I came over to the bed, I laid down. But then I like sat up, because I'm like, because I mean, I can't lie, I felt really, really like good. I guess it was like a drug. So then Toshinori is like, these are atomic cupcakes. If you eat them, you can never come back. You can never come back. You can never go back. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? I can never go back where? You mean, I can never go back where? So then he ignored me. He came over. I had on this pretty dress, okay. And I always have on these pretty dresses when I go to the school, because I just want to look nice. But half the time it's really because I think I'm going to get lucky. And I think I'm going to get lucky with Toshinori most of the time. Sometimes it's Keiko, but sometimes it's Toshinori. So like, I wear this white dress. It was a really flimsy thing, okay. The bottom of it was just really open and just like kind of like, it was like a lace. And it was very fluffy, okay. And the arms were kind of, the arms were like, they were like sleeves that were cut off to about right here. But they all had like kind of a lace pattern in them. It was really pretty. So Sherry was pulling and yanking on my dress. And I'm like, please don't yank my dress. I was like, you're going to break my dress. You're going to rip it. I was kind of like whining like that. And he's like, look at you whining for no reason. So then I'm just like, stop. I was like, stop pulling on my dress. So then Keigo was like, what if I ripped your dress? What would you do? I said, I would be mad because I wouldn't have a dress anymore. And you would have to buy me a new one. And Toshinori was like, that's easy, just take the dress off. And he does like this, and somehow when he gets here, my hands just go up by themselves, and the dress just comes off. So I'm just wearing like a bra and stuff. So then Toshinori was like, he was like, Keigo, open the window. So Keigo opened up the window, and he's like, And when he opened it, I saw another cupcake sitting on the windowsill, and he's like, that'll be your second atomic cupcake, and then you can't go back. I'm like, I can't go back. What? I can't go back. What? I know you don't mean I like. And I really couldn't think of what he was talking about at the time. But he was talking about I can't come back to here. Like, I can't shift back to my reality if I eat it. And part of me believed him because I'm just like, okay. Now, the thing is, it wasn't true, okay? Because obviously I ended up shifting back. But the idea of it means he's trying to come up with something to where it'll keep me there. And I'm just like, no. So I'm still laying down. I'm trying to like sit up though because Toshinori is coming to me, and I want him, so I have my hands out. So then we're making out. I rub my hands like up his chest, and then he's all over my neck, kissing me. He's like sucking on my neck. I'm like, please don't give me a hickey, because if you do, people will be able to see it, and I can't tell them where it came from. So I'm begging him like, please don't. And he's like, please don't what? Please don't do what? So then like he picks me up so that I'm like sitting on him, and so then like he takes his finger, he puts it like inside the lining of like my panties, and he's like rubbing there, and then he does this and it just breaks, and I'm just like, and he's like, what? He goes, no, you don't have time, and he's like, you won't be able to go back, and I keep staring at the cupcake because I'm just like, what could it possibly have in it that is gonna make me not be able to return back? Like, are you loony? Of course I can go back home if I want. Just call my guide. So they were making out and stuff, and then so Keigo comes over, he's like watching us and stuff, and then so Toshinori then turns me over, but then he like goes to where my hands are. So he's holding my hands and I'm laying flat on my stomach. And so then Keigo comes behind me, and he like, it's weird because he put my knees up so that I was like on all fours kind of, but my hands were down, so it was like I was bowing. But the way my hands were spread out in front of me, I was touching on Toshinori's thighs. So then he moved closer so that I could reach him, and so like I grabbed where his special part was, his like groin, and I started rubbing there, and I was trying to move him closer to me. And then, so, Keigo took off his shorts, because he had on a pair of shorts, and so then his boxers was there, and he didn't take off his boxers. I don't know what he had. He had some kind of something. It was like not a hole, but what is it? It was weird. It was like a flap. He like pulled it out. So then he like pulled himself out, and then he like entered me. So get the mental image of him like hitting me from the back like this, like, oh, then I'm in front of Toshinori. So then he like, I had my hands on him at first, and then I was trying to move him closer so that I could like put my mouth on it, because I wanted to like suck out his love milk, because I was thirsty and I wanted to drink, and I wanted the taste of the magic milk. I know, I told you guys, I told you this was going to be a cringy video. I told you. So then Toshinori, even though his bottom half he didn't have anything on, he still had on like all his jewelry and everything. And I was just like, I was looking at his bracelet, because his bracelet said something on it. It looked like ancient Greek or something. So I was trying to grab at it, and he kept moving his hands, because I just wanted to see, like, I feel like if I read those words, if I can, which I can't even recognize them anyway. There's no reason for you to pull them from me, but it must be pretty important. You guys remember that necklace they put? Not necklace. Remember that thing they put on my wrist that one time? It was some kind of spellbinding thing. So I just wanted to see like what it said on it, but he kept moving it away. So he didn't have clothes on, but he still had that on. But honestly, I wanted to look at it, but I was gonna pull it off, but he just kept trying to hide it from me. So I was just like, okay, well, when I get a chance to, I'm gonna look at it, because don't hide it from me. I want to see what it says. And it looked like it was in Greek. So, and here's the thing, I can't even freaking read Greek, so how am I gonna know what that says? He felt like he needed to hide it so bad. So his hands were like this behind his back. I said, oh, since your hands are behind your back, this is the perfect position for you. So I put my mouth on him, and I started like trying to suck him like that. And he started groaning like, oh. And then, you know, Kago started pounding me more, like harder. And I was like into him. And then, so then Kago finally like released. And he was like, oh. And then, Toshinori, I really wanted Toshinori to like release his love milk. But he was just taking so friggin' long. I was like, what the heck is taking so dang long? So I wanted him to, but then he was trying to switch so that he could like feel me too, and I'm just like, see at the same time, like, I think I want to like get in the shower now at least, and then afterwards maybe, but, and yeah, so, but I kept like, so then I was like rubbing on him again, and Keiko was just like, I got what I needed, kind of like that. He was in the shower, so it was me and Toshinori in the room, and then. So, like, I was trying, like, to, I don't want to show you guys, but anyway. Oh, yes. I wanted some of the milk. I did get some milk, because it took forever, though. Like, Kayo came out of the shower and everything, and then Toshinori finally he was just like, oh, and it, like, came out. It was like, and it went up in the air, and it came down. So it was like raining milk. So then I was just like trying to stick my tongue out like this, like trying to catch it and stuff. Because I mean, it's magic milk. Like, I don't feel like I got enough of it though, because I didn't really feel like, I didn't feel as happy as I should have been. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be really happy. I was, because I got Kegels, but it was like, I'm supposed to get like double dose. Like, I should be like happy, like bouncing off the walls type, but I wasn't. You guys are probably like, what the heck is she talking about? You guys know the benefits, right, of it? You guys know the benefits, yeah. So, I explained it anyway. But, yeah, so I'm not going to go into any more depth with that. But, yeah, I tried not to make it that graphic, okay, for those of you who can't handle it. But, yeah, it felt really, it was amazing. And having Toshinori right there, like, trying to, like, it felt good getting him off, because I wanted him to get that release, too. I knew Kegel, I'd never worry about him, because no matter what, he'll always take whatever he wants from me. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Toshinori has some limit, but he doesn't. Does not care. And I do like that the kids did manage to like try and make it so that I had a good, you know, a good party or whatever. So, and they really were trying to help me, so I really can't be mad at them, like, at all, because they were just trying to, even though they did make Toshinori and Keiko both jealous so they can, you know, have their way with me later. I kind of felt like I was, what can I say? I kind of felt like they took a piece of my pride away from me, because I had no choice but to like surrender to them in a way. It was kind of like that, and there was nowhere to move on a bed, like the way they trapped me in a room. And then even though I was blocking that door, I was so focused on holding the door, because I knew Toshinori would just do this and push me out of the way. He didn't even bother. He just climbed in through the dang window. I've climbed in through the windows so many times, so it's kind of like, yeah, I did not see that coming. I didn't know it was going to happen. I had no idea I was going to get laid when I got there, okay? I didn't know. It just happened. And I definitely didn't expect them to throw this cupcake stuff at me, okay? And Toshinori was like, yeah, my atomic cupcake, you know, I'll be using it again. So when I got here, I tried making them myself. And that's why I have it in the picture of me trying to bite out of it. I tried to make it myself. I don't know what was in it per se. I just used regular ingredients to make mine. So yeah, it just gave me an idea to do that. And I thought, you know, I want to kind of give you guys an idea of what it looked like. So I made the real thing. And I made it exactly how he did. It looked just like that. And I even in the picture on the front page, like even on my when I'm showing you guys in the picture, I kind of want you guys to really see what it looked like. So yeah, I hope that that you guys kind of get an idea of what they look like. His probably look 10 times better, but I tried to show you guys in the picture. This is what they actually look like, and they taste really good. So, but anyway, yeah. So afterwards, I ended up shipping back here. Like I said, I was dead tired to the morning. My alarm went off. I did not want to, you know, wake up. I knew I was going to be tired. So yeah, that's what happened. The kids, they got me good. They really did. I'm glad Madara was there to help me. I'm glad he was there, like, to walk, to, like, at least be beside me during that time. Because, you know, if you had the ability to watch what was going on between me and him, You could have definitely walked me down that hallway, especially since it was you that was after me last time. Or did he think that I was gonna think he just, you know, I don't know, because he was the infected one, I'd be more scared walking with him. I don't know. Whichever way it was supposed to go, it went good. It went well. I'm glad Toshinori didn't try to like play a special game with me where I run through the woods in his backyard or whatever and shoot me with like tranquilizers like he used to do in the past. So, but yeah, I needed to share that with you guys. I really did. I have a whole page of Toshinori. I need to make a whole page of like Keigo, but I'm afraid I'm gonna screw his up because I'm not really a good drawer like that. Like I can't really draw that great, so I want to make like a squishy of him. I did one of Toshinori that time too. Am I still recording? Yes. Oh, it's only been about 35 minutes. Okay. I didn't leave you guys here too long talking to you about that, but yeah. Yeah, we had fun. I try not to put too many details like that because, like I said, I don't know. You know, it was kind of cringy, but at least I don't know to say that. Like, I know Toshinori is not done with me. He's gonna want me to come back again. He already told me come back, and I'm just like, I probably won't because I'm just tired. I don't want to go to you tonight. I want to have a good night's rest for tomorrow because I've been a walking zombie lately. So yeah. But anyway, if you guys want me to try shifting somewhere else, put in the comments where you think I should go next, and I'll try and go there. I think someone said I've already been at Attack on Titan. That was a terrible experience for me. It was absolutely terrifying. So I'll tell you guys about it now because I thought, you know what? I said I was going to share it. I don't think I ever have. Okay. So I was assaulted there in I was assaulted in Attack on Titan. Okay, I was assaulted. I came there, and when I shifted there, I shifted into a crawl space, and the crawl space, the further you got inside, the smaller it got. That's how it was. And outside, it was a tunnel. So there was about this much space. There was only enough space. Okay, so as you went into the space, you had space, but as you got lower into the space, now it became a small crawl space where you became less and less able to move, more so immobilized. And the people were trying so hard to get into the space because to get in, at first you had to get down and you needed to crawl into it. And it wasn't a hard squeeze. You could definitely get in there. It was about getting in there fast enough. People were like squeezing, and people were stuffing themselves into the space to where their legs and arms were coming off, okay? So there was a lot of blood. And the blood was coming this way, toward where I was. People were like, they weren't trying to take turns and go into the space. And you could hear the ground, the ground was shaking because, you know, you had the Titans coming. And so the guy behind me was screaming, "We're all gonna die, we're all gonna die. We're not gonna get out of here, we're all gonna die." He goes, "I have nothing left to live for. I have nothing left to live for." And he started crying. I was petrified. I called my guy to get me out because I was in there. And then he started rubbing, the guy behind me started rubbing on me. And he was like, if I'm going to die, then I might as well just enjoy one last thing. And I was trying to like, it's weird because it's like being, how do I explain it? I don't even know how to explain to you. You don't really have anywhere to move. You can't really push this person off of you because there's a space there. You're crowded. So even if you try to, you're not going to do much. You can't bang him into something you can't really bang this person into a wall. Because my thing is, I can fight. Okay? I can fight pretty good. But that wasn't a time when I could fight. I could literally do nothing but let this guy do this to me. This is all I could do. And I hated my experience. I did not see one Titan, but I did see a lot of blood, and I was assaulted. Okay? Basically raped. So, And the thing is, it wasn't just, it wasn't just, anyway, it was very painful. Um, so I came back here and I was just like, it took me a long time to want to shift again, almost a year. I wouldn't shift anywhere. And that was when I came up with my own way to get back. That was when I actually got more to familiarize myself with my guide and actually talk about how to get back from that. Um, and that was why I have the note. You take a piece of paper, you write your word in it, you place your whatever your guide, wherever your guide is, whoever your guide is, you place it underneath them, and what that does is it'll call them to it. Um, let's see how else. If you want to bring your guide back to you, if you have some type of something with an aroma or scent like incense, you can wave it by it or underneath it. For me, it was waving under the nose of the whatever it was, and that guide or whatever will be able to pull you back from where you were, be able to say the word, and that word would trigger something to where you can get pulled back. And that's why I said people think they can't die if they shift somewhere and die. You actually can. You can die. So that's why I say just be careful about it. Attack on Titan, I would never shift there again. I wouldn't even attempt to. Because the funny thing is just that I ended up in a freaking crawl space to get violated by someone. And it's like, the whole thing they thought was, I'm going to die. The whole time, I'm going to die. My thought was, I need to get the heck out of here. I need to get out of here. Like now, I need to get out. And I couldn't get out. I couldn't leave. So there's only been a few situations where I wasn't able to leave somewhere. But I've never had something like that happen to me before. And they say, you know, the olden days, the Titans were around. There was a last race of giants. The last race of giant. The last race of giants. I'll tell you who it was. His name was Noah. Noah built the ark in 40 days and 40 nights. He was a giant. Okay. And nobody says he's a giant. They took that part out of the great book, because they like to nitpick over the parts they want to believe in, even though there's pure evidence of these things. And I'm against that, because I'm against certain things in belief systems, not against my belief system. I have my own belief system. But what I'm saying is, just because you don't agree with something or understand it doesn't mean that you should just shun it, or just toss it out, or decide I'm gonna decide not to read that part, or acknowledge it. It doesn't exist, or it's not important, but it was clearly there. So, and that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, so I did shift to Attack on Titan. That's the one place I would never shift to again. I would never shift to The Promised Neverland. I had too much bad luck with that one, as far as like Norman with blonde hair, because his hair is not actually blonde, it's white. And it was just too many incidents when he was around where I was trying to get away from him. Even though this is just a kid, he had like an aura about him that was not good. So I knew that's something I should not associate myself with or be by. So I know to get away. And you can usually tell, because you'll get a feeling. You'll know. You'll feel something, if anything. I can't tell you how to feel or what you feel. I just know that you will feel something. But there's a lot of other places you can shift to. I definitely want to try Resident Evil again. Resident Evil 4. And I know I won't end up with the same result as I did, just because I've been there already. I don't know. I feel like I can shift there again and maybe have a different result. So you guys are probably like, you're crazy because you want to shift there again. No, because, it's my hero that was different, that got, combobulated together. This is going to be completely different when I go next time. It's not going to be like that. I actually want to go to, I think I want to go to 2, where Mr. X is. And last time, Mr. X almost knocked me out. And my guy just shifted me so quickly. Like, I would have had brain damage if he had hit me, I believe that. So, maybe I can go in a way where I'm observing and I'm not so close. You know, not where I'm not like right next to him and trying to like run away. So yeah, there's that too. Like, I have a lot that I'm trying to do. I don't just want to shift to these nice places because half the time it doesn't turn out how I want anyway. So, but anyway, I'll end my video here. I think I've talked to you guys long enough. Like I said, this was going to be a shifty, cringy video. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. I tried to keep it as vanilla as possible. Well, I tried to keep it vanilla. I couldn't do that much vanilla without explaining some stuff. Because it would be confusing. Too confusing to like explain to you that way. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, you know what to do. Also, don't forget to hit the bell. That way you're notified when other videos like this one become available. Ding! And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, you guys can write in the comments what you think about Attack on Titan. About what you think of the Promised Neverland. All these places I've already shifted to. Some places you might want to go to. Just text me and just ask and I'll let you guys know. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.